I've just caught up and watched Mayweather Pacquiao at last, the HBO production. Let me say, I thought it was fantastic. I almost didn't watch this. I thought the Showtime one last week, which I reviewed on my channel, was very poor. Very poor. Didn't entertain me, didn't teach me anything new, didn't get me pumped for the fight whatsoever. To be honest, I was so kind of nonplussed by that. I almost couldn't get myself bothered to watch at last. But to be honest with you, I was an absolute junkie for it in the end. Found myself glued to it, and I must say I thought it was absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10, full stars go to HBO. You absolutely trumped Showtime on this one. Where to start? First things first, I guess. If you're into, music, if you're into production, if you're into well-made quality TV, this had it all. I mean, the soundtrack should almost be released as an album. It was that good. Fantastically put together. Really, really well edited. Good sort of speakers. Lots of clips of Mayweather, lots of clips of Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum. Now, I think the big difference the difference between this and the Showtime one was twofold. Firstly, with Showtime, it was just about Floyd. It really was. It was quite evident that Showtime had nothing to do with Manny. Whereas on this one, even though it was predominantly Manny Pacquiao, you still got enough of Floyd. Obviously that's because Floyd and HBO had a relationship previously, so they own some of the footage of him, whatever. My point is, it's hard to build to a fight if you're only seeing one guy. The way to get someone excited for a fight, the way to build it up in someone's mind is to put the two fighters together clearly, or to compare them, have both fighters featured. And I thought Floyd was featured enough in this one to achieve that. I guess the other thing to say is I actually learned quite a lot from watching this. There was a lot of new stuff that I didn't previously know that I got from watching at last. Some of the stuff with Freddie Roach was new to me. Yeah, we're so used to seeing Floyd Mayweather in the Olympics and clips of the Mayweather gym, but there was footage of Pacquiao's early fights, Pacquiao early training with Floyd, training with Freddie Roach. That was actually new. That was stuff I hadn't heard before. The stuff about the fight being made because Freddie Roach knew a waiter. That was fascinating, and it was kind of a behind the scenes look at how the fight was made, the near misses of the past. It touched on Pacquiao not wanting to do drug testing several years ago. I, for one, am not convinced by that. It seems like a bizarre excuse, but whatever is happening now, so can't complain. But you got a real behind the scenes look. You got a look at that. I think it was a basketball game where they were both there, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really well put together. There were a lot of things that I hadn't seen before. It was far less predictable than the Showtime version. The interviews were good as well. Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, Freddie Roach. These are guys that maybe we're less used to seeing being interviewed than sort of Floyd Senior, that sort of thing. And the topics they were talking about, Freddie Roach's Parkinson's, the relationship between Freddie and Manny. I remember Freddie at one point saying that he thought Manny might be dead after Marquez KO'd him. You got a real insight, I thought, and for me it got me pumped for the fight. I'm someone who thinks that this fight's not going to be competitive. I don't see it as a competitive fight. However, after watching this, I'm very up for it, and really, really well put together. That's my thoughts. 10 out of 10, full ratings. Let me know your thoughts. What did you prefer, HBO or Showtime? Many thanks for watching.